Chris Vagg, mate, thank you so much for joining us with our first post-lockdown networking and nature session this morning, our first physical gathering again since shit got pretty crazy this year, and it feels so good to be back. And I feel like you've kicked us off on such an inspirational and moving trajectory, so thanks for coming along. And it was just amazing to hear about what you've achieved with Pass It On clothing, but peeling back the layers to the story this morning and actually seeing where that's come from. Because now you shared the stats, you've handed on more than 100,000 pieces of clothing to homeless people who are forgotten at the best of times, but during the lockdown and Corona, were forgotten even more. And you were one of those consistent presences out there on the street in the grassroots, making a stand for being out there and making a difference. And I just thought that was such a beautiful thing to bring to the group today, and I want to thank you firstly for that, because I think you are setting off a wave of positivity in the world through people seeing what you do, and I notice a lot more people are looking at what you do, which is fantastic. And that's what I wanted to just ask you about in this quick debrief video for those who weren't here, to get a bit of a sense of your story and message. You talked a lot about the ripple impact and how realizing how powerful a ripple impact is in the way we live our lives sort of fueled your idea and gave you that vision for Pass It On clothing becoming what it is now. So if you wanted to share your reflection on that, for anyone who wasn't here this morning, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think the big thing was, and that we encouraged the group to not be one of those people in the herd, if you like, who keeps moving past people in need. We try to impart the fact that if you stop and acknowledge someone, you're going to be one of 10,000. Now, digital's killed our ability, and lack of coins in our pockets has killed that ability for us to immediately impact. And a lot of people think that means I can't have an impact, when a quiet word, sorry mate, I can't help you, I've got nothing for you today, how's your day been? Our homeless friends tell us that means the world to them. And so I think the idea that you have to do something really big and significant to have an impact is wrong. You can have an enormous impact by just that very simple thing of shifting your gaze, sorry I can't help you today, hope you're going okay. And then I think the thing to take away from that is, if you do that, so many other people are seeing you do that. You might not see them do that, but they do, and then they'll question themselves about why they're not doing that. They'll also want to be that person. You're being that leader, and they go, I can do that now. I see a little bit of myself in you. I'm going to do that. Now, if you can do that, we can create that ripple where people in need aren't marginalised and aren't ignored, and even at a basic level, they're spoken to. It's the first step in bringing people back and engaging, and social cohesion. And that's so important, and especially so important for mental health. And to be honest, now coming out of COVID, our numbers have exponentially increased far more rapidly than I thought. In 12 months' time, we are going to see a lot of people, and sadly, the 6 degrees of separation, where a lot of people originally thought they didn't really know anyone homeless, it wasn't in our space, is going to come a lot closer to home. So now it's a real opportunity for people to do things differently. If COVID's done anything, hopefully it's flipped our mindset into what's important, and also stepping out of your comfort zone and taking a chance and showing a bit of leadership and being the guy or the girl to stop and speak to someone, and knowing, and I'm imparting on you, knowing that is going to have a significant impact, not only on that person, on you, and on the broader community who see it.
Wow, Chris. Well, I think in the same way that Corona being a contagious thing has flipped the world on its head, let's spread another kind of contagious with our actions, with our kindness. And I think that's a beautiful part of what you're doing. So, and I think it's so simple. I think that's the real thing, where people don't think it's enough. And I just want to let you know, it is enough. A simple word of encouragement for someone gives them hope, right? And hope's the first step onto purpose, right? And that's how we're going to get a community and a society back together again. Chris, I'm going to link to the GoFundMe page that you've got for Pass It On clothing as well, and just more details. And I'll link to all the social profiles. But if you're not already following Pass It On clothing and what Chris and his team are doing for the homeless community here in Sydney and Australia, follow it. it's awesome, and it's a great reminder of just what an impact we can have in this world through our simple actions. So thanks again, Chris.
Thank you very much. Come and see us at 122 Oxford Street at Darlinghurst, where the Pass It On group is based now.
And we'll be dropping off those clothes there today.
Yes,
So,
perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cheers. Thanks, Chris.